Out so far?
No, sir.
Peculiarities for conformation. Peculiarities for conformation of derivative transactions. It's there in slide number 49. Is slide number 49 visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Trade specific terms are documented, unique for each trade, forwarded to the counterparty for acceptance. Market practices to respond within 48 hours. Template by ISDA, tailor-made by parties. It contains economic and financial payment terms. In case of any dispute, schedule will always prevail of master agreement. Very, very important. अगर कोई dispute होता है between the master agreement and schedule, if any dispute happens between the master agreement and schedule, so schedule will prevail over the master agreement. In case of any dispute between the schedule and confirmation, so confirmation is more appropriate and it is sent to the party. So in case of any dispute, if there is any dispute between schedule and master agreement, so schedule will prevail over master agreement. कि master agreement तो एक non-editing document है, schedules में आपने सारी choices करी है, so it will prevail. Similarly, in case of any dispute between schedules and confirmation, in case of any dispute between the schedules and confirmation will prevail over schedule. So अगर कोई dispute होता है between or any ambiguous thing is mentioned which is contradictory in master agreement and schedule, so schedule will prevail over master agreement. Similarly, if any dispute happens between schedule and confirmation, so confirmation क्योंकि counterparty ने accept कराया तो confirmation will prevail over the schedule. So I hope schedule will prevail over master agreement, confirmation will prevail over schedule. Both clauses are clear. अगर कोई dispute होता है तो मान लीजिए समथिंग एम्बिगुइस मेंशन्ड इन मास्टर एग्रीमेंट, शेड्यूल में कुछ और लिखा है, तो अगर दोनों के बीच में डिस्प्यूट होता है तो शेड्यूल विल प्रिवेल ओवर मास्टर एग्रीमेंट, और अगर शेड्यूल वर्सेस कंफर्मेशन में कोई डिस्प्यूट होता है तो कंफर्मेशन विल प्रिवेल ओवर शेड्यूल. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Now, language alienation, you can issue confirmation in multiple language also if counterparty demands. So if the Japanese party asks you to send a confirmation in Japanese, you can do Chinese, etc. Exchange versus executed versus exchange. Now, confirmation is generally sent after execution. So it's executed versus exchange. Once the transaction is executed, either through exchange or through OTC, then the confirmation is exchanged immediately before the settlement amount is paid, so that is to avoid settlement failure. So it's exchange versus it's executed versus exchange. Once the transaction executed before exchange, after executing of the transaction, this confirmation is exchanged between the contract parties. जब तक ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा तब तक आप कंफर्मेशन कैसे भेजोगे? Once the trade is executed, the confirmation sent immediately before the settlement amount is paid. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, repeat last line again.
देखिए कंफर्मेशन कब भेजोगे आप? Once the trade is executed, only after the trade is executing the confirmation can be exchanged. Before execution तो आप भेज नहीं सकते. It's executed versus exchange. Once the trade is executed, either in the OTC environment, either in the stock market environment, then only the exchange of the confirmation can be done. So क्योंकि इसमें आपको terms declare करनी है, तो terms तो तभी आप बता पाओगे जब trade execute हो चुका है. Is it clear? Only settlement is pending, right?
Yes, sir.
जब आपको पता ही नहीं है कि ट्रेड क्या, तो आप कंफर्मेशन कैसे भेजोगे? It's generally executed versus exchange. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other thing which is not clear in the confirmation? Any other thing which is not clear?
No, sir.
Everything is clear.
So let's move ahead. I'm on slide number 50. Is slide number 50 visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
No. Paper confirmation, electronic confirmation. Paper versus electronic confirmation timeline. Paper confirmation is once you send it in the hard copy from one counterparty to another. Electronic sent through electronic channel like emails. So in the paper confirmation where you send hard copy, so T plus 5 days for replying if you have not received the same. T plus 10 days. If any mismatch is there. T plus 15 days to escalate if that mismatch is not solved. T plus 20 days is the execution of the transaction. In case of electronic confirmation, T plus 2 days for non-receipt, T plus 3 for mismatch, 5 for escalation, 7 for execution. But 7 days is the maximum time in which the settlement will be released. In case of electronic confirmation, maximum timeline उसके लिए 7 दिन है, जिसमें आपको 2 दिन में बताना है अगर आपको नॉन रिसिप्ट हुआ है, कुछ मिसमैच है तो 3 दिन में बताना है, and it need to be escalated if not solved. Escalation जो करना है 5 days में करना है. 7 is the day where the actual execution or settlement. It's a maximum time limit जिसमें आपको reply करना है. Paper confirmation में जो time limit है that's 20 because उसमें T plus 5 non receipt, T plus 10 days में आपको mismatch बताना है, 15 में escalate करना है, and 20 is the execution. Here means not the trade execution, means the settlement amount will be, the transaction will be settled after the same on the settlement date. Is it clear? Is it clear?
So week off is included or excluded?
Sorry?
Week off included है excluded है इसमें?
Sorry come again. Sorry हम आपका voice clear नहीं आ रहा. हाँ जी.
Sir week off included या excluded?
Stop.
Week off.
He means to say only working days are applicable or non-working days as well in this.
Okay. It is generally the working days. Non-working days are not calculated. Is it clear?
Yes sir.
तो देखिए मैक्सिमम टाइम है, इससे पहले भी हो सकता है. सो पेपर में क्योंकि हार्ड कॉपीज भेजनी पड़ती है एंड जनरली द काउंटर पार्टी इज अ फॉरेन कंट्री, so T plus 5 days non-receipt, 10 mismatch, escalation, then execution will be done. 2 non-receipt, 3 mismatch, escalation, 5 and 7 days the execution will be done. So I'm on slide number 51. Is slide number 51 visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Confirmation need to be entered as soon as reasonably practicable. Now, action versus execution of confirmation. Confirmation need to be entered as soon as reasonable practicable. Parties legally bound by the terms of the transaction from the moment they agree. So exchange versus execution को यहाँ पे discuss किया गया. So party legally bound on the terms and condition at the moment as they agree for execution of the trade. Exchange of telex is a subsequent step just to reconfirm the terms and conditions. So party are legally bound on the terms of each transactions as the moment they have agreed, whether orally or otherwise. Exchange of telex forms, messages introduced by emails. So these are the exchange of the terms and conditions. These are the exchange of confirmation which is done to just check the terms and condition of the trade. But ideally legally bound तो उसी दिन हो गए थे जिस दिन उन्होंने agreement करने के जिस दिन उन्होंने ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट किया था, इट इज जस्ट अ मेथड ऑफ कंफर्मिंग एंड रिकंफर्मिंग सो दैट देयर इज नो मिसमैच, so that settlement does not fail. So it's just an exchange introduced. So parties are legally bound on the terms on the transaction from the moment they have agreed. So ideally जैसे आपने जिस दिन शेयर्स खरीदे उसी दिन से आप legally liable to pay for that amount है, irrespective की कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नोट बाद में आया आपके पास, बट जैसे आपने टर्म्स में एग्री हुए तो लीगली इट इज बाउंडेड ऑफ. Similarly, parties when legally bonded on the terms of each transaction, either orally or in writing, तो उसी समय से they are legally bound to mobilize as per the terms. So it is just an exchange that happens of confirmation, just to double check so that there is no mismatches between the same, so that settlement does not fail. मेन मोटिव देखिए इसका स्टेज पे है कि सेटलमेंट फेल ना हो, ताकि आप जब पेमेंट करो तो सामने वाले पार्टी से जो भी आपको डिलीवरी ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज चाहिए, दैट हैपेंस विदाउट एनी हर्डल्स. कोई टेक्निकल एरर्स हैं या कुछ गलत इंटरप्रिटेशन, सो इट कुड बी taken into consideration before actual settlement of amount is done. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये ट्रेड तो उसी समय एग्जीक्यूट हुआ जिस दिन समय आप अग्री हो गए. आपने जैसे ही एक्सचेंज एनवायरनमेंट पे अपने ब्रोकर को बोला एंड ही प्लेस्ड द ऑर्डर फॉर बाइंग गेट एग्जीक्यूटेड, तो वहां पे ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट हो चुका है. ओटीसी में जैसे आप ट्रेड की अग्री हुए, आपने मेरे साथ सीए आप अग्री हो गए for interest rate swap or CDS. So जैसे आप agree हो गए तो trade have been set to be executed. Only exchange of the confirmation is additional thing, steps that is included in the trade, just to double check on the specified terms and conditions, ताकि कोई ambiguousness, कोई dispute ना रह जाए between the parties. Is it clear? Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
What is the structure of the confirmation? सबसे पहले introduction दिया जाएगा. Introduction para will be there. Then there will be a standard para, and then there will be the closing para. So it has three para: first introduction, then standard, then closing. Sample product specific provisions, transaction specific modifications, and other provisions. The structure for confirmation is first introduction, then standard paragraph, then closing. Sample products जो प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक प्रोविजंस है वो भी आप एंटर करते हो, तो उसके लिए इसदा ने प्रोडक्ट वाइज अलग अलग बना रखा है. ट्रांजैक्शन स्पेसिफिक मॉडिफिकेशन यू कैन डू, जहां पे आप ट्रेड डिटेल्स डालोगे, एंड अदर प्रोविजंस इफ यू फील यू कैन ऐड. तो जनरली फर्स्ट पैरा इज इंट्रोडक्शन, देन जनरल स्टैंडर्ड पैराग्राफ एंड क्लोजिंग. प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक कुछ चीजें आप ऐड कर सकते हो एज पर द टेलर मेड मॉडल. ट्रांजैक्शन स्पेसिफिक मॉडिफिकेशन लाइक quantum of amount of currency and other provisions can be added to stuff. Now without wasting much time, we are going in actual confirmation. It is a format as per ISTA. So let us discuss how the confirmation looks like. What are the various contents that are included in the confirmation sent as per ISTA model? Any doubts so far? Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
This is the format of confirmation as per ISTA. I'm on slide number 53. Is slide number 53 visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Big Wig Company, London. Letterhead of the bank, 25th September 2011. Paul Smith means the counterparty, who's representing the counterparty. Subject cross currency interest rate swap. देखिए, subject cross currency interest rate swap. Confirmation reference number, क्योंकि trade is executed, BWC/26911. Dear sir, the purpose of this fax or letter, the introduction paragraph है already customized. So the purpose of this letter fax is to confirm the terms and condition of swap transaction entered between us on the trade date specified below. The definition and provisions contained in 2000 ISDA definition have been published by ISDA are incorporated into this confirmation. In the event of any inconsistency, these definitions and provisions and this confirmation will govern. The confirmation constitute a confirmation as referred to and supplement form subject to ISDA master agreement dated of this November, amended and supplemented from time to time between this bank and big company. All provision in this agreement govern this except confirmation except modified below. Extended paragraph hai. So shall I move to the next page? Anything which is not clear on this? It's a standard format. Anything which is not clear? ये language भी वहां से filled आती है. You just need to put your party's details, etc. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the terms of particular swap, देखिए इस तरीके की terms जाती है जिसमें सारी details जाती है. Trade date, देखिए trade date थी 26 September. Trade date 26 September. Effective date 30th September. Termination date 30th September 2016. Party A will be the fixed rate. Fixed rate player currency amount. Payment details. Fixed rate. Day count convention. Floating rate player party B. Floating rate currency amount. Floating rate dates. Floating rate किस पे निर्भर था? Euribor. Europe Interbank Offer Rate, if you guys remember. Designated maturity 6 months. Spread -2% per annum. Floating rate, actual versus actual. Reset date. The first date of each calculated period. Every such details which is required is a part of this. It's continued till the next page. Business day. London and target settlement day. Business day will be मतलब London as per target settlement day. Calculation agent जो calculation करेगा amount की, that will be party A. Initial exchange date, day convention. Initial exchange amount. Final exchange date. Account detail, party A की, party B की. Offices of the party A will be London, party B will also be London. Yeah, jump here. And then the closing paragraph. The confirmation will be governed in accordance with English law. Please confirm the foregoing correctly set forth the terms of our agreement by executing the copy of this confirmation enclosed for that purpose and return to us by sending us a letter substantially similar to this letter, which letter sets forth the material terms of the swap transaction to which the confirmation relate and indicate your agreement on these terms for XYZ Big Wheat Company. So is this confirmation format clear? देखिए बहुत स्पेसिफिक है, सारी डिटेल आ गई. पहले तो इंट्रोडक्शन किया, फिर सारी डिटेल रिगार्डिंग ट्रेड, बैंक डिटेल्स, सेटलमेंट डेट etc. Then the closing para. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, this all details is included in standard paragraph.
Sorry?
Before this closing paragraph, yeah, these details included in standard paragraph.
ना वो तो स्टैंडर्ड पैराग्राफ तो ये है जो डेफिनेशन का है, ये तो एडिशनल डिटेल्स हैं जो टर्म्स लिख रहे हैं. स्टैंडर्ड पैराग्राफ तो ये डेफिनेशन है. हाँ जी.
सर ये इफेक्टिव डेट क्या है?
सॉरी,
इफेक्टिव डेट थी ना
कि दिस अग्रीमेंट विल बी इफेक्टिव फ्रॉम 30th सितंबर. अग्रीमेंट बना, ट्रेड हुआ 26 सितंबर को, और इसका इफेक्टिव दैट अग्रीमेंट विल बी इफेक्टिव. इंटरेस्ट मतलब ट्रेड तो 26 सितंबर को हो गया, लेकिन इफेक्टिव डेट मतलब ये हमने डेरिवेटिव्स में कई बार किया था. Effective date means the date from which this agreement is effective. Agreement entered to 26 September को हुआ है, लेकिन for the purpose of calculation we will take the days from 30th September, not 26. Is it clear? It is effective from this date. enter into this date or effective from this date onwards. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
ये हमने काफी बार डेरिवेटिव में किया था. You didn't remember? We did it a lot of times in derivatives. डेरिवेटिव हर क्वेश्चन में ट्रेड डेट इफेक्टिव डेट दिया होता है एग्जांपल में.
Yes, sir. I got confused.
No issues. चलिए क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. इसमें एक टेक्निकल गलती है 53 नंबर स्लाइड में और 54 में. देखते हैं who will guess what is the technical mistake. Any idea to anyone?
Date
हाँ
25
जी.
September.
देखिए जब ट्रेड ही 26 सितंबर को हुआ था तो मैं 26 सितंबर को कैसे कंफर्मेशन भेज सकता हूँ जब मेरे को पता ही नहीं काउंटर पार्टी की क्या डिटेल है, मेरे को पता ही नहीं अग्रीमेंट किसके साथ होगा, क्या उसकी डिटेल होगी, तो मैं 25 सितंबर को कैसे कंफर्मेशन भेज सकता हूँ. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
जब ट्रेड कंफर्म ही नहीं हुआ पार्टी के साथ तो मैं उससे पहले उसको कैसे कंफर्मेशन भेजूंगा. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
तो जब ये कंफर्म ही नहीं हुआ कि क्या प्रपोजल है, क्या अग्रीमेंट्स है, तो मैं इसको कंफर्मेशन कैसे भेजूंगा. राइट, मतलब जब ट्रेड डिटेल्स ही नहीं एक्सचेंज हुई, जब ट्रेड हुआ ही नहीं, तो मैं कंफर्मेशन एडवांस में कैसे भेजूंगा. नाउ I'm on slide number 57. Can you see slide number 57?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If no is the master agreement is executed. अगर आपने डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया है and it's not as per ISDA. If no is the master agreement is executed, the following provisions should be added. ये आपको याद नहीं करने, only for your knowledge it's there. If no master agreement is executed, the following provisions will be added. The confirmation is a evidence to a complete and binding agreement. अगर आपका पहले से मास्टर एग्रीमेंट है बना हुआ तो आपको इसे इंक्लूड नहीं करना, लेकिन आपका ISDA का मास्टर एग्रीमेंट नहीं बना हुआ तो आपको उसको इंक्लूड करना है. मतलब if your master agreement is already created, so आपको you should not include this para. It's only should be included if your ISDA master agreement is not there. This confirmation evidence a complete and binding agreement between you and us as to the terms of swap transaction in which these confirmation relates. In addition, you and we agree to use all reasonable efforts promptly to negotiate, execute, deliver an agreement in the form of 1992-2002 ISDA Master Agreement, multi-currency cross-border is the form, with such modification as you and we will be in good faith agree upon. Upon the execution by you and us of such an agreement, the confirmation will supplement form and part of subject to the agreement. All provision contained in or incorporated by the reference in that agreement upon its execution will govern this confirmation except expressly modified below. All provision contained or incorporated in reference of this agreement upon its execution will govern and confirmation except expressed below. ये उस केस में लेना जहां पे आपका ISDA मास्टर एग्रीमेंट नहीं बना. Until we execute, next slide, until we execute and deliver the agreement, the confirmation together with other documents relating to ISDA form, entering into a transaction between us, notwithstanding to anything contained in contrary of the confirmation, shall supplement form the part and subject to the agreement in force as per ISDA norm. As the Fiat execute the agreement in such a form without any subject expert to the English law, governing law, etc. तो ये जो है एडिशनल जो टर्म्स हैं ये सारे आपको तब इंक्लूड करना है अगर आपका ISDA का मास्टर एग्रीमेंट नहीं बना हुआ है तो आपको यहीं तक ही आपका कंफर्मेशन इज क्लोज्ड. इज इट क्लियर? यू डोंट हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस. आपको बस इतना सा याद करना है कि कंफर्मेशन की मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ डेज क्या है, कंफर्मेशन का कंटेंट क्या है, दैट्स इट. और मे बी समबडी मे आस्क यू कि हाउ द कंफर्मेशन लुक्स लाइक. तो बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन स्टैंडर्ड पैराग्राफ को थोड़ा सा पढ़ लीजिएगा, बाकी अदर डिटेल्स को यू डोंट हैव टू मग ऑल द थिंग्स व्हिच आर देयर given under this confirmation. And
Sir,
हाँ जी
sir, master agreement बना हुआ है तो कहाँ तक भेजना है?
तब तो यहीं तक ही कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. स्लाइड नंबर 56.
Okay.
ये एडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन तब देनी जब मास्टर एग्रीमेंट नहीं बना हुआ है. इट मींस अभी तक आपका मास्टर एग्रीमेंट नहीं हुआ, फ्यूचर में बनेगा तो आपको ये एडिशनल क्लॉज एज पर ऐड करना है, राइट? इट इज वी आर ट्रेडिंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द मास्टर एग्रीमेंट इज नॉट देयर, राइट? Is it clear? Any doubts? Anything which need to be repeated in ISDA?
No, sir.
No, sir.
देखिए बहुत टेक्निकल है, स्पेशली द स्ट्रक्चर, हायरार्की, इवेंट ऑफ डिफॉल्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है जो हमने करे थे सारे. आई ट्राई टू कनेक्ट इट विद द प्रैक्टिकल मास्टर एग्रीमेंट so that we can take the best practical application and find. Apart from this, basic confirmation rules, all these are very very important. तो इसे आपको properly याद करना पड़ेगा, especially the event of defaults and the structure of ISDA and the role of ISDA. Structure of ISDA, like सबसे पहले ISDA के अंदर you will have ISDA master agreement. तो इसमें standard terms होते हैं which are of two types, local currency, multi currency, depending upon it's within the geography, outside the geography. Subsequently, you have schedules under which the choices is given whether this clause will be applicable on you or not. Then you have credit support documents in which you have credit support annexure and deed. And then you have definition, and the last part you have is your confirmation. So you need to remember the hierarchy, the structure, the role, and the what are the events which will be considered as default as per ISDA that we have covered under 5A, 5 clause A, sub clause I. So there are 7 to 8 clauses which we have understood, like failure to pay or deliver, breach of agreement. You have default under specified transaction, cross default, misrepresentation, merger without assumption, misrepresentation, and others. So you need to remember all these things in detail. What are the ISDA requirement with respect to those? So that's very much important that we do and remember the same. And now, without wasting much time, we will be starting with a new module now.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, एक डाउट था, वो की रोल इन डेरिवेटिव मार्केट्स में फॉर स्टीयरिंग हाई स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ कमर्शियल कंडक्ट्स का बता दीजिए एक बार.
Preventive measures में, this is one of the preventive measure. I think it's on slide number 7. देखो अब तो मेरे को slide number भी याद आ गया. It's on slide number 7, am I right?
Current book material slide number different.
6 or 7, all right. Yeah. So role of ISDA, fostering high standards for commercial conduct. So it is one of the preventive measures that helps in preventing that's helped in bringing the transparency and improving the stability of OTC derivative market. So with the help of rules and regulations that is made by ISDA, it helps the members to follow highest standards of commercial conduct under the OTC derivative market. Because of the adequate rules and regulations placed by ISDA, it helps in improving and get the best standards practices for commercial conducts of OTC derivative market. It helps in fostering the high standards by framing the rules and regulations for unregulated market so that that market could be run with proper transparency and with proper stability. So with these ISDA laid rules, regulation, definition, booking, it resulted into fostering highest standards amongst the member of ISDA for the commercial conduct of the OTC derivative market. अगर ये नहीं होता तो इतने अच्छे rules and regulations and highest standard OTC derivative market जो कि totally unorganized था, it was not possible to keep. With the help of ISDA, with clear-cut rules, regulations, definitions defined, it helps in achieving highest standards amongst a member of this commercial conduct in the world of OTC derivatives. Otherwise, that highest standards was not possible because it was a completely unorganized market. So it's the help in framing the rules and regulation which results in developing the highest standards amongst a member for this commercial conduct in the business of OTC derivatives market, resulting not only from preventing the credit risk, but also ensuring the transparency and overall stability of the derivative market. तो जो टैप्स इसका लेता है उससे स्टैंडर्ड्स जो हैं उसके मेंबर्स के बीच में it results in highest standards for conducting the business in the field of OTC derivative market. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So, any other point which you need to elaborate on raised up? Any other point?
No, sir.
So let's begin up with asset management. अब जो topics हैं asset management. Under the asset management, we'll have hedge funds also. We have corporate actions, stock borrowing, lending. These will be very, very interesting topics, and to some extent a little bit technical also. Interesting in that sense, you can directly reconnect it with your day-to-day knowledge about the financial markets, especially corporate actions. However, they are technical also too in many aspects. So currently we are going with a very important phase. So again, requesting you not to take leave unless it's very, very much important. Try to please manage for at least few hours on weekends. It's just a matter of 5 to 6 hours so that the things can be more clarified. Because some things are very technical, like hedge funds, on which questions will be definitely asked during your interview. What do you mean by hedge funds? What are the different structures of hedge funds? So it will be difficult for you to answer if you don't do it or answer it well. So let us move further. Now, asset management. We'll be with the. I hope the asset management slide is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Asset management. Managing the assets of the mutual funds. Management of hedge funds. In under the asset management, we will basically talk about mutual funds. So how many of you are aware about what exactly is a mutual fund? Can anybody tell me what do you mean by mutual fund? Exactly what is a mutual fund? Come on in. This answer I can expect from everyone. No idea to anyone.
So mutual fund, in mutual fund, companies take money from investors by promising them high interest rate in future.
Why?
By promising them interest rates, higher interest rates.
Interest rate there are. For all mutual funds?
सर मुझे exactly याद नहीं है, मतलब मैं assume कर रहा हूँ.
In which a company pulls money from many investors and invests the money in securities like stock, bonds.
Yeah, mutual funds means pooling of money from different people and then managing by a professional person. So it means pulling the money from different sources, then managing that money by a professional person whose 24 hours job is to track the market and invest the money in the financial market according to the scheme and provide the best and most efficient return to the investor. So mutual fund is nothing. It's a pooling of the funds into one investment vehicle by different people, retail investors, corporate industry investors, and then the funds is managed by a professional fund manager, equipped and qualified. He invests these pooled money according to the scheme of the mutual fund. Few mutual funds are debt-based, few are equity-oriented funds, few are pure equity funds, few are pure debt funds, few are mixture or balanced funds. So he pull up the money, he or she pull up the money into one investment vehicle. Then it's managed by a professional fund manager who invested according to the scheme of the funds. If it's a equity fund, so it will be invested into equities. If it's a blue chip equity funds, it will be invested only the blue chip companies equity. If it's a debt fund, it will be invested in a debt fund, debt instruments. If it's a balance fund, it will be invested both in debt and equity in one ratio. So that is mutual funds. So under asset management, under the mutual funds, so you have a sponsor, you have asset management company which manages the assets of the mutual funds. Now, I hope the basic idea about the mutual fund is clear with everyone.
Yes, sir.
Now, under mutual funds, so can anybody explain gives any 2-3 examples of the mutual funds? Any example do you remember of mutual fund? Anji? Any example of the mutual fund? सुना ही नहीं किसी ने?
आदित्य बिरला सर.
Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, HDFC Top 200, ICICI Value Discovery, मेरा Asset Emerging Fund, मेरा Tax Saver Fund, lots of examples. So जो आदित्य बिरला सन लाइफ अपॉर्चुनिटी फंड्स या फिर मैं ICICI Prudential वैल्यू डिस्कवरी फंड की बात कर रहा हूँ या HDFC टॉप 200 बोल रहा हूँ. So under this mutual funds, there are two agencies. One is sponsor. So LIC mutual funds is sponsored by LIC. HDFC mutual funds are sponsored by HDFC Limited, not by the bank. ICICI Prudential mutual funds are sponsored by ICICI Prudential Insurance Company. Similarly, Aditya Birla mutual funds are generally provided by Aditya Birla Group. So there is a sponsor. Sponsor refers to the person who sponsors the mutual funds. So there's a group associated who actually sponsor the mutual funds. So LIC mutual funds is sponsored by LIC, Axis by Axis. ICICI Prudential is a sponsor for ICICI based mutual fund. HDFC का HDFC है, मेरा का मेरा है. So there's a sponsorship company who actually sponsors and start the mutual fund, and there is a asset management company known as AMC. Have anybody heard about asset management company? Have anybody heard about the asset management company?
No, sir.
So I hope you understand what is a sponsor now.
Yes, sir.
So person who's sponsoring means the person who actually started mutual funds. So the sponsor establish a asset management company. For example, ICICI Prudential is the sponsor for all the mutual funds of ICICI Prudential. LIC mutual fund, LIC is a sponsor for all the mutual funds owned by LIC. Aditya Birla Group is a sponsor for all the mutual funds owned by Aditya Birla. HDFC का HDFC Limited. So the sponsor जो होता है mutual fund का, it establish a asset management company which manages all the assets and mutual funds owned by the sponsor. So HDFC ने खुद की अपनी asset management company बना रखी, known as HDFC Asset Management Company. ICICI Prudential ने खुद की, LIC ने अपनी. So these asset management companies' role is to manage the portfolio of the mutual funds, all the mutual funds owned by their sponsor. ICICI Asset Management Company manages the mutual fund owned by ICICI Prudential. Axis का Axis से, LIC का. So what is the role of asset management company? Asset management company का रोल है, they manages the portfolio of the mutual fund, they process the redemption of fund, they process the selling of the, once the new funds are sold, they process the allocation of the unit. So every work relating to the portfolio management, accounting, reporting, issue of new units, redemption of existing unit is done by asset management company. तो हर स्पॉन्सर ने अपनी एक एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी बना रखी है, वो एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी म्यूचुअल फंड्स जो उस स्पॉन्सर्स के अंडर हैं उस सारे म्यूचुअल फंड्स को मैनेज करती है. दिस इज हाउ द म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री वर्क्स. So where you have sponsor, where you have asset management company, the asset management company is created by the sponsor only, so which manages the assets owned by the mutual funds. So it manages the assets owned by the mutual funds. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? I hope some basic idea about the asset management company is clear with everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So हर sponsor एक asset management company बनाता है, and that asset and management company not only manages one mutual fund, it manages all the mutual funds owned by the. It manages all the mutual funds owned by the AMC. All the mutual funds, AMC manages the mutual funds owned by the sponsor. So it provides them the portfolio management, accounting, issue, redemption, every such exercise, every such activity is done by the asset management company. So in USA, what is the role of investment bank in this? In USA, many mutual funds, US-based hedge funds, European-based hedge funds outsource this asset management activities to the investment banks. An investment bank performs the role of the asset management company. They manage the portfolio, report, accounting, and everything is done by their end. So this is how the role of investment bank comes into the asset management. So they manages the assets of the mutual funds sponsored by US or European companies. Since they are the professional people, so they can manage more professionally. So this is how the role of investment bank enters into the asset management. So for understanding of the role of asset management, understanding the role of investment bank in the asset management company, let us first understand what is the role of sponsor, what is the role of asset management company in managing the mutual funds. So उसके लिए सबसे पहले हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि म्यूचुअल फंड होता क्या है. A pooling of assets. Now, let me give you some practical example to understand the concept of mutual funds, because many people's the concept of mutual fund is not clear because आपको उसके बारे में तो पता नहीं है या आपने पढ़ा नहीं है बस. Now, what exactly is a mutual fund? It's pooling of money into one vehicle. Let's say we are around. How many people are there in the batch? How many people are right now in the batch? We are 9 people in the set.
9 participants.
9 participants. Let's say all 9 people have 10,000 rupees with us, which we need to invest in equity market. There are 9 people, so all 9 people have 10,000 with them. So there are 2 choices. Either all the 9 people, they invest this 10,000 rupees in equity market themselves. So they may be able to buy 1 share. They will be able to buy share of 1 company or maybe 2. Not more than that. Another option is, let's say there is one fund manager who's professionally qualified, who does 24 hours job to manage the funds only. So let's say that person is, let's say, Veena. So another option is कि all the 8 people, they give their money to Veena. That is 80,000 rupees, and Veena also put some money at her end, that's 10,000. So with the total make it's 90,000. And Veena, she's professionally qualified and it is her job to manage the funds 24/7. So Veena invested that 90,000 in diversified company according to the scheme in different equity based on the research reports available online. So and then the returns will be generated. तो आपके पास दोनों ऑप्शन है. So pooling of money into one investment vehicle and giving to a professional person who will take care of your investment on your behalf. So that is the concept of mutual fund. So I hope the concept is very much clear with everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में कभी भी शेयर्स नहीं होती है. म्यूचुअल फंड में आपको यूनिट्स मिलेगी. क्या मिलेगी?
Units.
There is no share concept in mutual funds. You will always get units. So let us now understand more about the mutual funds. एक और important चीज, म्यूचुअल फंड्स में हमेशा you will get units. There are different types of mutual funds. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, कुछ डेट म्यूचुअल फंड्स होते हैं, कुछ इक्विटी होते हैं, कुछ बैलेंस होते हैं, जो मिक्सर होते हैं. Apart from this, there are various other categories also of the mutual funds. So एक बहुत important बात जो we're going to cover up, म्यूचुअल फंड्स के जो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स होते हैं, can anybody guess जो म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसेट्स क्या है? What will be the assets for a mutual funds? Can anybody guess what will be the assets for the mutual funds? What will be the assets for the mutual funds? हाँ जी,
Investments, public investment,
सॉरी,
investments,
जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे इन नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज, दीज आर द एसेट्स. व्हाट विल बी द लायबिलिटीज फॉर द म्यूचुअल फंड? व्हाट विल बी द लायबिलिटी?
back return of to the investors.
जो इन्वेस्टर ने पैसा दिया उनकी लायबिलिटी होगी. एसेट्स होंगे वेयर दे हैव इन्वेस्टेड इन द कपल ऑफ कंपनीज. सो अब क्वेश्चन फॉर यू, लेट्स से इफ एनीबडी नोज इट और नॉट, जो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स that are held by the mutual funds, जो आपने पूल करके 90,000 रुपीज वीना को दिए थे, so that investments that Veena will buy from that 90,000 rupees will be in the name of whom? The mutual fund, fund manager or anybody else. जो इन्वेस्टमेंट म्यूचुअल फंड कर रहा है वो सारा जो पैसा investment will be held, मतलब shares will be allotted out of these investment in the name of whom? Will it be the sponsor company? Will it be the asset management company? Will it be the fund manager or somebody else? Any idea to anyone? वो पैसा किसके नाम पे इन्वेस्ट होगा? Any guesses? जो पूल करके पैसा म्यूचुअल फंड में जा रहा है वो इन्वेस्ट हुआ है मार्केट में, so investments will be issued in the name of whom? Any guesses?
Company's name, sir.
AMC? No. Any guesses? Anybody can guess?
कस्टमर्स नेम सर, जहाँ से इन्वेस्टर ने अमाउंट पुल किया है.
इतने सारे कस्टमर्स के नाम पे कैसे क्लासिफाई करोगे? आप कैसे पता करोगे कि आपके 1000 रुपए किस किस कंपनी में कितने कितने इशू हो? स्पॉन्सर्स जब म्यूचुअल फंड्स को स्टार्ट करते हैं तो एक तो एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी बनाते हैं फॉर मैनेजिंग द डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज ऑफ द म्यूचुअल फंड्स, पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट. एट द सेम टाइम दे क्रिएट अ इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट. All the investments made by the mutual funds are owned in the name of investment trust. HDFC ने अपना बना रखा है HDFC Investment Trust, LIC ने अपना, Axis ने अपना. So all the investments made by the mutual funds are owned by the trust for the benefits of the investors, not by any specific person or a company or the sponsor. Sponsor का तो ये काम है कि एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी बनानी है, क्रिएट करनी है, इनिशियल कैपिटल लेनी है और उसे बस दूर से मॉनिटर करना है. Day-to-day exercise, they do not participate. The role of AMC is to manage the funds. So there's a role of another group of people known as investment trust, which becomes the premium body which supervise the role of AMC. वो ये देखते कि AMC अपने ढंग से काम कर रही है या नहीं कर रही, which supervise the roles of AMC. All the investments made by the mutual funds are in the name of investment trust. It cannot be in the name of particular company. It cannot be in the name of fund manager. It cannot be in the name of AMC. It is held in the name of investment trust. उस investment trust में sponsor की तरफ से भी कुछ members होते हैं, independent लोग भी होते हैं. So they are responsible. They are the board of directors sort of thing. So इसके board members होते हैं, they are responsible for overseeing whether the AMC is following the rules and regulation, it's doing their work perfectly or not. They are responsible. All the investment made by mutual funds are owned in the name of investment trust, not in the name of. तो जब भी स्पॉन्सर को किसी म्यूचुअल फंड को स्टार्ट करना पड़ता है तो सबसे पहले वो एक एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी, अगर वो पहले से फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम म्यूचुअल फंड लॉन्च कर रहा है तो ही विल क्रिएट एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी. उसकी ऑलरेडी एक नया फंड लॉन्च कर रहा है, ऑलरेडी एएमसी है, तो उसे नहीं करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ही क्रिएट, बट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम ही विल क्रिएट इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट एज वेल एज एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी. इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रस्ट के मेंबर्स में से स्पॉन्सर्स की तरफ से भी लोग होंगे, इंडिपेंडेंट लोग भी होंगे, एक्सपर्ट्स भी होंगे. It is their responsibility to oversee whether the AMC is working as per their expectation or not. And all the investment made by the mutual funds will be owned in the name of investment trust. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये इसलिए बताना जरूरी था before we start up, so that at least you get some idea about the mutual funds. So in this session, we'll understand about what is asset management, means managing the assets of the mutual funds. What is the different structure of mutual funds? Difference between open-ended and closed-ended mutual funds we'll discuss. Then hedge funds. Hedge funds are in layman language said as rich people's mutual funds. Why? What exactly is hedge funds? What are the different structure of hedge funds? चार type के hedge funds होते हैं, we'll discuss. Hedge funds operations, hedge fund administration, hedge fund accounting, management fees and performance fees charged by the asset management company. Formula to calculate NAV, that's net asset value, that is market value of assets minus liabilities divided by number of unit holders. So म्यूचुअल फंड की जो बाइंग और सेलिंग होती है वो एनईपी पे होती है. म्यूचुअल फंड्स में आप बाय और सेल यूनिट्स को करते हो और इट इज ऑन नेट एसेट वैल्यू, नॉट ऑन द शेयर प्राइस. So we'll understand what is NAV also in the coming slides. Interesting topic है, अगर आप इसे इंटरेस्ट लेंगे, it will help you in understanding of the mutual funds completely from top to bottom. So without wasting much time, let me directly move to slide number 4. Is slide number 4 visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Time हो गया.
अभी तो 329 हुए हैं, एटलीस्ट 2-3 स्लाइड्स हम कवर अप कर ही सकते हैं. Is it fine?
Yes.
मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ आइडिया देना चाहता हूँ, फिर मैं आपको एक छोटा सा होमवर्क दूंगा. दैट्स व्हाई. इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ एसेट मैनेजमेंट. Asset management means professional management of various securities and assets. Professional management by fund manager. It's a professional management of various securities and assets in order to meet the specified investment goals for the benefits of investors. It's the professional management by a professional person whose 24-hour job is to watch the market. It's a professional management of various securities and assets in order to meet the objectives, investment goals for the benefits of investors. What are the different types of assets which is professionally managed? It includes share, bonds, other securities, government securities, include real estate also. To include share, bonds, securities, government securities, etc. Who are the investors? Asset management company provide a range of traditional and alternative strategies for the investors. So investor may be the retail people, non-retail. So asset management company refers to those company who manages the mutual funds on day-to-day exercise. So they provide a range of traditional and alternative strategies for the investors. So it's a company which is created by sponsor, which manages all the mutual funds owned by, sponsored by that sponsor. They do the day-to-day functioning of the mutual funds. They manage their portfolio. They do the accounting, reporting, compliance, etc. on behalf of the mutual funds. So it's a professionally managed group of people headed by the fund manager, who's responsible for managing the portfolio of the mutual funds in such a way that it helps in meeting the specific investment goals for the benefits of investors. So वो उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उस गोल, objective of the goal fund क्या है? Is it a debt income? Is it equity? So according to the objective and the structure of the mutual fund, we invest in the best and possible options available so as to raise the maximum returns for the investors. There are certain funds which gives you a good amount of return also. So before we actually wind up the session, मैं आपको कुछ होमवर्क देना जा रहा हूँ. देखिए, क्योंकि आपको थोड़ी सी आपकी नॉलेज और म्यूचुअल फंड्स आपको एनहांस करनी पड़ेगी, so that it's easier for us to cover up the next session in more quick manner. So I'll give you some assignments, so जिससे आपकी थोड़ी सी knowledge pertaining to mutual funds will increase and it will easier for you to cover up during the next session. So you will read about the sponsors, read about the sponsors and types of debt and equity funds. आप स्पॉन्सर क्या होता है, एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी क्या होता है, इसके बारे में आप थोड़ा सा पढ़ के आएंगे विद सम एग्जांपल्स, एंड व्हाट आर द पॉपुलर इक्विटी फंड्स एंड डेट फंड्स. बस इतना सा आपको थोड़ा सा पढ़ के आना है, सो दैट इट्स इजियर फॉर यू टू रिकनेक्ट इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
देखिए, एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी का क्या रोल है, स्पॉन्सर का क्या रोल है, एंड देन सब्सिक्वेंटली आपको नेक्स्ट सेशन में मैं एक फंड का एनालिसिस करने के लिए कहूंगा. आई विल गिव यू 1 2 3 फंड्स एनालिसिस टू अ ग्रुप ऑफ 2-3 पीपल so that our knowledge, specific knowledge also increases. तो आपको स्पॉन्सर क्या होता है, एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी क्या होता है, इसे आपको पढ़ के आना है, एंड what are the different main types of debt fund and equity funds you have to read before coming to the next set. It's an interesting topic. अगर आप म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इंटरेस्ट लेंगे तो इट्स अ वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक. इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक्स के ज्यादातर क्लाइंट्स आइदर म्यूचुअल फंड्स होते हैं और हेज फंड्स होते हैं. So that tells you the importance of this module. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I hope you got some basic idea about the sponsor, asset management company, investment trust.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please go and read some materials on the mutual fund so that it's easy for you to connect. Although हम तो सारा cover up करेंगे, but it will be easier for you to basically cover up the things during the next session. It's an interesting topic. It is not very technical as comparison to ISDA and reconciliation. So it's an interesting topic which has direct linking with the financial market, with the stock market. I'll be very precise. So with this, let's wind up the session for the day. Any doubts so far?
No doubt, sir.
Sir.
And again, we will have a quick extempore quiz on ISDA also. First homework to मैंने आपको asset management से दे दिया. Second is be prepared with ISDA. We'll have a short extempore quiz on ISDA on next Saturday. Is it fine?
Okay, sir.
Sure, sir.
So that everybody prepares for this. So I can ask 1 or 2 questions from everyone. I'll try to ask 1 or 2 questions from everyone pertaining to ISDA, so that that question is also revised for us. So let's connect on next Saturday, and this most probably asset management will try to finish by next Saturday or by Sunday. Not by Saturday, by Sunday. I think first half will be finishing off. And then we will be starting with a very interesting topic, that's a corporate action. So level 2 ka 50% of the content is already over. So now it's a high time. Please start preparing your things accordingly. Level 2 mocks भी होंगे बाद में, तो it will face difficulty if you not prepare. It's a technical topics which you cannot answer without knowing without proper preparation. So let's connect on next weekend. Any doubts? Anything? Any issues? Any doubts?
Nothing, sir.
No, sir.
What about others? Any issues? Akhil,
No, sir.
Priya, Harsha.
No, sir.
चलिए, so let's connect on next week, Ken, and please be safe. The COVID is not yet over, so please be safe and take all adequate steps as suggested by the government.
You too, sir.
You too, sir.
Yeah. Nishta, I hope you're fine now. You also got COVID now, Nishta? Nishta, आपको भी COVID हो गया था, right? She is not able to. हाँ जी, Nishta.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, I'm recovering well.
Okay, you're recovering. Great. What about other family members?
My mom is mom is under recovery too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So please be safe, everyone, and try to invest these lockdowns into a better way by upgrading your knowledge pertaining to the financial market. आप थोड़ा सा और रिसर्च करेंगे, देखिए मजा आएगा आपको. थोड़ा सा वन स्टेप आगे जाके रिसर्च करना चाहिए. म्यूचुअल फंड्स होते क्या है, हाउ द म्यूचुअल फंड स्ट्रक्चर लुक्स लाइक, हाउ डू दे इन्वेस्ट, व्हाट आर द पोर्टफोलियोज. Try to basically put any one funds and try to do research pertaining to that funds. कोई भी एक फंड सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए आपकी चॉइस का. Try to do some research. मैं आपको एक फंड सजेस्ट करता हूँ. If you get time apart from these two modules, try to learn more about that fund. Mirai Asset, you may wrote down somewhere. It's Mirai Asset Blue Chip Equity Funds. Mirai Assets, MARAI Assets Blue Chip Equity Fund. This fund has given a return of around 40% during the past 1 year. 40% का return दिया है, approximately 35 to 40% return. So you should try to develop your interest by learning about these funds. So it will help you in equipping both the knowledge. Mirai Asset, MIRAE Asset Blue Chip Equity Fund. So that is in addition you may read. So it will help you in equipping your knowledge about the financial market. Chaliye, with this, let's wind up the session for the day. Thank you. Thanks a lot to everyone. Let's connect on next Saturday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.